I loved this script. I think it's really funny. I found it. I laughed out loud more than the first film, um, and there's just so much happening in this film. I mean, of course, the last film was there's always something happening. I mean, there was the big event of the King and Queen coming to visit, but this time, the house being invaded by a film production and then half the cast going to France. I mean, there is a lot happening. So I was really excited by it. And I love that Mary is thrown into this movie world. So the movie opens with the wedding of Branson and Lucy, which is lovely. It's a lovely way to start a film. So that it's a really positive, exciting, event for everyone. And there's always financial worries about how we're going to afford to keep Downton going. So then we get offered this apparently big sum of money from this movie director, which solves that problem. And then, of course, we see that Violet is at the house and she's not going anywhere, which I think will be lovely for the audience. Sometimes I still pinch myself that I, get to work with Maggie. And have worked with her for so many years now. It's a real privilege because she is, one of the greats, if not the great. She's amazing, and I think we all find that we really up our game when we're doing scenes with her because she's so sharp and she finds things in the script that you would never see, and the scene sometimes becomes something else, and always gives it more flavour. She's incredible. She's so funny. I mean, she makes me laugh all the time. And I think the audience just really adore her. I think there is just something about her, the character is just so brilliant and funny, and I don't know, I feel like the audience really kind of, from the get-go, people were quoting her, and, all of those brilliant lines have sort of become these, gifs and memes, and, she really captured audiences. And really, it's because she's so good. I think it really comes down to that, is that her acting is just on another level. Mary's definitely growing into her role as the boss, the household boss. I think she loves it, actually. Again, as much as she sort of does that, rolls her eyes at everything, I think she really enjoys it. And she's very good at it. And I think what's great about Edith and Mary is that they live apart now, which means their relationship is better. I think they needed some distance, I think, and now that they have, their own lives, and, they're married and settled now, and I think, and happy, I think that is, there's a lot to be said for that, because I think Edith and Mary were at each other's throats when one of them wasn't happy. It really came down to that. So they've matured, their relationship has matured. But, there's still the odd kind of, jab here and there, and we love it. Me and Laura love those scenes. We always love having new actors come on the show. And this one particularly, of course, there was a lot of new faces and great characters. So, of course, you've got Laura Haddock, who plays Myrna Dalgleish, who's the Hollywood actress who everyone's so excited, the fact that she's there, this huge movie star. And it was really fun watching her, her performance as the film went on, because it's such a brilliant character and so funny. And then, of course, Dominic West and Hugh Dancy. I mean, it was really lovely to have them on the show, and they're so, such great actors. I think it was really nice for Mary to sort of forget her own life for a bit and, be part of this movie, which I think that she's really excited about. And it's fun. It's like, you know, there's something really exciting happening at Downton. So this time around, there were less tiaras. The first film with the royal visit, there was a lot of elaborate clothes and dinner scenes and the ball and everything. Whereas this time around, I mean, for Mary, there was more daytime wear, which actually personally I prefer. I love the costumes in the daytime. And you know, Anna, our costume designer, I feel that every single time we go back to Downton, she manages to step it up another notch. I mean, she is incredible. And I'm always really excited to go to those fittings. And often that's the first day, really, of the job is, you know, you read the script and then the first day is the fitting. And I really look forward to them and look forward to seeing what pieces she's found. Simon has such a brilliant rapport with actors, and not just because we know him so well, you know, even with actors he didn't know very well on Downton. There's just he gives such specific notes, but he's not a director that kind of, you know, makes you sort of try too many different ways, or it's like very, very simple, really, really simple. So he'd say things to me like, just, you know, do it again, but don't, you know, just keep your eyes on the other actor. You don't have to move or emote too much of what you feel in that scene. Just keep it very, very still. And for me, it was a bit of a lesson in film acting, because of course you are huge on that screen. And I think that Simon really, you know, he really encourages you just to trust that what you're saying is enough and you don't have to over-emote. So that was lovely. I loved that, and sometimes really challenging, which I really enjoyed. He's also just the loveliest man. And he, like you said, he is just so enthusiastic and loves Downton. I think ultimately Downton is about love. And I think that's universal. I think that is why people love it. I think in the end, it comes down to love and family, and characters that have real heart and that people can really relate to. I think every single character somebody can relate to, or relate to their story, something that's happened to them, even though it's set in the 1920s. It's relatable. But ultimately, I think it is about love. It's definitely worth seeing it on the big screen. I really think that Downton was probably made for it originally. I think that it was always very cinematic, and so now that we've had the opportunity to put it on the big screen, it's the place to watch it, I think. And it's the experience, isn't it? I think that's what we all love so much about cinema, is being able to just zone out and turn off your phone and be swept into this, you know, other world.